Hi, I'm Tim Scales, the Director of the Center for Entrepreneurship and the Center for Economic Education here at Indiana University East.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to another episode of In Your Business.
We talk to local entrepreneurs, we learn about their business, we learn about why they started their business, how they started their business, some of the opportunities their businesses has provided them and their community, as well as some of the hurdles they've gone through, some of the challenges. Welcome to another episode of In Your Business. Today we're going to learn from a partnership in entrepreneurship. We're going to learn about their business, and I'm very excited to learn about their business, and I think you'll see why as we start learning about Muddy Monkey. And Jackie and Elijah is here, the owners of Muddy Monkey. We're going to learn about the business, but we're also going to learn about you. We're going to learn about entrepreneurship and why it's important and why we enjoy it. You know, it's fun as we get into entrepreneurship, and we're going to learn that we put a lot of hours into it. And so many people, when they work, they complain about the number of hours. And yet when I meet entrepreneurs, they don't even realize how many hours they put in. And it's because hopefully you're passionate about what you're doing. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We appreciate you being here.
And I'm looking forward to you sharing and getting to know about Muddy Monkey.
Sure.
And I know when you tell people, hey, I own Muddy Monkey, their first response has to be, what is that?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of questions about the name, and you know, even the ones that do know what it is, they're always like, well, how did you come up with a name? And we're not a franchise, so it's not something that is anywhere else but in Richmond, Indiana. The concept is out there, but the name is our own, and we don't have a great story. We've always said we should come up with a good story for the name because it's definitely unique, and it's something we wanted to be fun. We wanted, you know, kids and families to enjoy it, and something that kind of catches people off guard. And we think we accomplished that with the name so far. So.
Well, we're not going to get away from the name yet because I want to talk more about the name. But before we do, you know, people watching the show are going to be saying, "Just tell us what it is." So what is Muddy Monkey?
Sure. Muddy Monkey is a self-serve frozen dessert shop. We've got 21 different flavors of ice cream, frozen yogurt, gelato, custard, and Italian ice. So you can go in, you can get a cup or a bowl. We make fresh made waffle bowls every day. So you go in, it smells amazing. You can get one of those that we prepared that day. You can choose from one flavor, or you can sample all the flavors. You fill up what you want, and then you put whatever toppings on it you want. We've got anything from candy to sprinkles to fruit, hot fudge, caramel, peanut butter, marshmallow, all that stuff. Then at the end, whatever you get, you weigh and you pay by the ounce. So it's the industry itself started out in frozen yogurt. So East Coast and West Coast is where things began, and you know, 5 or 6 years ago, it hit the Midwest. And it's predominantly been frozen yogurt, but one of the things that I think sets us apart is that we do ice cream and frozen custard and all those other things, something that we felt, you know, maybe some of the competition didn't necessarily have. So
I agree, because I'm in these shops a lot. I travel, and as I'm traveling, I always treat myself. And usually it's just frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
So you do have a little bit of a niche market here.
Yeah. We've tried to expand it, and you know, there's several markets out there, and we wanted to make sure we could serve everybody.
Great. So Elijah's excited. Jackie, I know you are too. You're smiling, but Elijah's excited. He loves the product. And I want to come back to the name, though. How many hours did you guys put into studying the right name, and then how did you come up with the right name?
Oh man.
We brainstormed a lot. We talked with family, friends, you know, about different names. We kind of got on that we wanted to incorporate some type of animal to make it fun for kids, and so we went through a lot. And then you have to go and check, like, for patents and copyright and all that stuff to make sure it hasn't been used anywhere else. So we found a couple good ones that we liked, and then when you went and researched that, they were taken.
Yeah,
so
taken, whether it was being used or not, you know, it was already spoken for, and yeah, it's a process. I mean, it probably took us 3 months to go through things and finally end up on one, and I don't know, it's fun, but it's a little nerve-wracking. You know, it's like naming your child. You want to make sure you get the right name. You know, that's what it's going to have for the rest of its life. Same with the business. So
Muddy Monkey.
Muddy Monkey.
Who came up with it? Whose idea was it?
I don't.
Boy, we don't really know.
We don't remember.
Just one of you just said that's it, and you put it together, and the monkey. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. So do you have a logo with it, or is
Yeah,
it?
we do.
Yep.
We actually had a local guy help us with some of the graphics on the logo, and came up with that. And we actually sat down in a local restaurant and spent a couple hours and came up with most of it right there. So
That's the fun process.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it was
It
fun.
is.
I think people don't realize how much they're missing out when they don't get into entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship does not have to be your full-time thing either. I mean, it can be your fun thing on the side, and it's something you can put a few hours in each week and enjoy. But when you get together, whether it be at a coffee shop or a restaurant or just in somebody's living room, and you just start brainstorming.
Oh yeah,
you come up
the
with
ideas are flowing,
Oh,
and
it's a
you're back and
blast.
forth. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. Time gets away from you when you start doing that because you're having so much fun.
But then you can't sleep.
Right.
Because
exactly.
those ideas are in your
Oh,
head.
yeah.
And I mean, that's what's unique about it. I mean, when people come in and say, I'm not sure if I'm an entrepreneur, I start talking to them. I find out what their passion is. If I can get them excited and they get to smiling, and then they get to talking, they get to sharing, time goes away. If they don't need more than 4 hours of sleep a night, then I know that they probably got some of the characteristics it takes to be successful. So, well, this is exciting to have you here. It's exciting to have you in Richmond in your operation. How many employees do you guys have?
We had about 13. We've got a
Right.
few that are leaving right now for school
Okay.
and moving to either graduate high school or going to college out of town. So
Okay.
we're losing a few, and we're actually in the process of hiring a few more.
So 13 employees, that's actually quite a few. What's the hours?
We are open. We just
11 to 10 p.m. right now.
Monday through no, I guess
It's Monday through Saturday, and then Sundays noon to 10.
So you're open on
1 to 10.
Sundays as well, okay. So
Yeah. 1 to 10.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we changed the hours with the season some. So we had winter hours that we started out with, and we've changed it a little bit. since
okay,
then, so.
okay. So 7-day operation, open as early as 10?
11.
11. You open
Yep.
at 11 and close
At 10.
At 10.
at 10.
Right.
Wow, that's actually a lot of hours to
Yeah.
serve.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of hours to be open.
Okay, and what about when you're there? Do you guys have Wi-Fi, or is do
We
people
don't have
come in to
Wi-Fi
work, or-
available to the public yet. We've talked about it some and are working some of the logistics out on that. But we do have several people come in. I mean, I'm surprised how many people are in and having a lunch meeting or some kind of meeting in the afternoon. Somewhere kind of fun to come in. You can get a snack or treat and sit down and talk business or whatever. So.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I think it's a great
Yeah.
place to do that. I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So why not? I mean, if a group of people need to just share ideas, come over and see you.
Yeah.
And what's the capacity? How many people can you hold?
I think fire code, we can have about 80 people in there. We've got inside seating for approximately 35 to 40, and additional seating outside for 12 to 16, depending on how many tables we take out. So.
That's great. You guys are doing great.
Yeah,
That's a
and
great
we
thing.
still have places or times when people are coming in and there's nowhere to sit. So we've had to expand and buy some more tables and chairs, and so that's been a good problem to have.
That's a great problem. So, well, let's shift just a little bit and learn about you as individuals. Okay, Jackie, we can start with you.
Okay.
Let's talk to me. When you were a small child, what were you thinking? What did you want to do career-wise? When you grow up, what do you want to be?
Well, I actually grew up in a family my parents owned in a hardware store in our community in Winchester. And so I was kind of always around small business and being, around my parents as business owners. And I always liked that. I kind of knew from the beginning that I'd love to do something like that. And used to sit around the kitchen table and talk with my dad about ideas of different businesses that we could open and start. And the cool thing is now my dad is actually our full-time manager at the shop, so we're getting to work together and do those things together. So yeah, I graduated from Randolph Central and went to Indiana Business College for accounting, actually. And so yeah, and then when Elijah and I met, he had those same interests, just that entrepreneurship, and kind of talked about big ideas and dreams as well. And so yeah, I kind of think from a lot younger I knew that I'd love to own my own business and do kind of what my parents have done and and what I saw them do for all those years.
So you studied accounting?
Yes.
And did you see yourself thinking you're going to be in accounting?
I did that for a little while, like an accounting position. It was not perfect for me. I liked the bookkeeping side. I found I was more of maybe of a bookkeeper than an accountant, because I really like the customer service and the people. And the time I did that, when Elijah was still in college, when I did like an accounts payable job, I found that I missed the people a lot, and that wasn't something that I would want to do for very long, long term. So, but yeah, I love the customer service side and just being able to work with people.
Great. Elijah, tell me about you.
Yeah,
you were a child. What was it like?
I'm actually an engineer by background, so I like taking stuff apart and putting it back together, and like that side of things, very detail oriented, I guess. And then yeah, I don't remember as a young child, dreaming, thinking about business stuff, but definitely something that Jackie and I have shared a lot is, I've grown into that or something, and it clicked, and it's like, yeah, we've got all these big ideas and talked about stuff from, for a long time, thinking, you go in somewhere and it's like, oh, I could do that, or I could do that better, or, always analyzing what these other businesses are doing, and coming up with ideas of our own, which is, we were introduced to this concept by some friends in Indianapolis, and went in, and we left there like, oh, that's a really cool idea. We wanted to know more about it, and eventually, after probably 3 years later, we ended up seeing it through and opening Muddy Monkey. So
your educational background is in engineering?
Correct, civil engineering. So not business, but still would deal with a lot of numbers and that side of things. And actually grew up, and I worked in the hardware store that her parents owned. So I too like the customer service side of things, and enjoy dealing with the people and the public. So yeah, that's just all that together. I don't know, kind of spurred this. So.
Well, I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
Because now it gives people a place to go and enjoy and relax and just share with you. And I'm sure you guys spend a lot of hours in there sharing with them.
Yeah, that's by far, I think, one of my favorite things is watching the customers come in, and seeing it for the first time. I mean, that was a lot of fun when we first opened. Was finally your concept, your dream is in place, and now people are coming in and experiencing it, and they're getting excited about it. So that's just a great feeling to have and see.
Okay. Normally I would wait to the end of the show to ask you this question, but I have to know now. What's your favorite flavor and toppings?
Mine is probably peanut butter with hot fudge and marshmallow on top.
Okay. Jackie?
I have a hard time deciding each and every time I get something, but I really like chocolate, whether it be custard or the triple chocolate, and marshmallow topping. That's probably my favorite.
It's hard. I mean, we have 21 flavors at any given time, but we have over 200 that we can switch out and choose from. So, if you don't see one right away, or if your favorite one is gone, it'll come back. Just we offer free samples. We want to make sure everybody's happy when they get in there and choose something, so people can come in and sample and see which ones they like, and so there's something for everybody.
Okay, you guys didn't buy a franchise. It's not a chain. This is something you have put together from start. You had to find the location. I'm assuming you leased the location?
Correct. Yep.
So you leased the location, and then you have to decide everything from color scheme, tables and chairs. You have to come up with product, how you're going to market it, how you're going to price it, how you're going to manage the operation, how you set the hours, all that.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot of research, and we spend a lot of time doing that. We're both pretty thorough when it comes to that side of it, and want to make sure before we sign on the dotted line that we have everything covered and we're ready to go. So it was all important, and kind of started with the major purchase of the equipment and the product, and our equipment supplier was actually great in giving us a lot of information, and specifically for the Indiana market. But then we got hooked up with a supplier that had a little one-on-one with the owners. Actually, we got to go down and meet them and tour the manufacturing facility. And the reason we chose this particular manufacturer is because of the quality products that they provide. You know, the peanut butter frozen yogurt that I like is made with real peanut butter. I mean, when we went down to see the operation, they had big tubs of peanut butter that they actually put in the product. It's not just a flavoring that they add, and that was important to us, that you know, the quality be as good as it possibly can. So you'll see little chunks of cookies in the cookies and cream, or seeds in the strawberry flavoring. So that was an important and big part of our process.
So there's a lot of suppliers. Are there several suppliers you could select from?
There are several that we could, but this is the only one that I'm aware of, or that we found, that use the bulky flavorings, which is what that is when you're using real product and putting it in into what we buy.
Okay. Well, what's fun, at the university, I teach in the School of Business. And if you're going to earn a degree in the School of Business, you're going to learn about things like accounting, marketing, management, organization. You're going to learn about all the things you're talking about. But I'm not so sure that I can ever totally prepare a student for the real world. What do you think?
I'd agree with that. Yeah, there's always something, and you know, the hardest part is bringing it all together. And I was kind of thinking about that on the way here, trying to figure out maybe what you might ask and what we talk about. And I've been asked the question before, what's one of the hardest things that we had to go through, or what was the hardest part of the process? And I think just the coordination of all of it. You know, you can't get your bank loan too early before you you know, start making some money and having revenues, because then you can't pay your I mean, there's just a lot of things that a lot of working pieces that have to come together at the right time. And that you know, that probably we spent the most time doing that, is just making sure all those pieces are coming together and ready when, you know, when we're ready for it. It needs to be ready, and we need to know how to proceed. So.
So from the time you guys started this idea and you knew you were going to go for it to the time you opened the door, what do you think that timeline looked like?
It was a little less than 3 years.
Yeah, two and a half years probably.
2.5 years from the idea to the day the door
yeah,
opened.
it was a long time. Like I said, we're pretty thorough and want to make sure our ducks in a row before we do it. So.
Did you miss anything?
Not for the most part.
No,
I mean, nothing.
I think, yeah, we did.
So you guys
We've
are
not had
pretty
any big.
thorough.
Yeah, we haven't had any major changes or anything that I thought we could have seen ahead of time. So.
Yeah, no surprises.
No big surprises. Okay. Yeah, it's been good.
All right. So everything from accounting to the management, hiring, training, all those things go into place. Now, do you guys have certain roles that you play, or do you share in all that? You said your father, I think, manages the day-to-day operation.
Yep.
What's your involvement? Do you share the task?
I kind of do all the accounting stuff, obviously, with my background, and payroll and scheduling and those types of things. You know, we both kind of help out when it comes to switching out flavors and doing some marketing ideas and things within the community, partnerships. We kind of try to incorporate even some of the other staff, you know, the kids that we employ, we get their input as well, because, you know, they're our prime customer market as well, and so we want to know what they'd like and what works for them. So
yeah, we really I mean, it's fun to come up with all those ideas. You know, what can we do to get the word out and you know, involve the community, and it's fun. I mean, I like that part of it. Jackie's definitely more you know, hands-on when it comes to the daily stuff, but yeah, coming up with all the ideas and, you know, trying to figure out what flavors people are going to like and how to switch those up and when to do that. That's fun. I was pretty involved in the build-out process, being you know, having that background, that technical construction type of background. You know, I was pretty heavily involved in that. But yeah, going forward, yeah, we kind of you know, just that to us is, I think, a lot of the fun part is coming up with the ideas and seeing some of those challenges and really trying to you know, make people as happy as we possibly can with the product that we have to offer.
Sure.
So.
It has to be fun.
It's a blast. It really is.
My background is in marketing.
Okay.
And that's, you know, where I've had the bulk of my career.
Yeah.
And I love it. But you guys are like the marketing center. I mean, that could be where it all happens from. I mean, this is a fun business. I really enjoy it. Have you had a flavor that just didn't work?
We've had a few that were people come in and it'd be really great for a week, and then it kind of died off. And some of that, I think, is we've got holiday flavors. You know, we have over 200 to choose from, but certain ones are considered holiday flavors, and I think we've had a few of those that that we've gotten rid of kind of quickly. But it never fails. As soon as you do that, somebody's coming in and it's like, oh, where's that one? That's that was my favorite one. So
how do people know this though? How do you get the word out to people that you've got maybe a peppermint or something?
We do a lot through Facebook. And then also we have a rewards program for loyal customers that you can sign up. Anybody can sign up for online, and they get emails from us with flavor lineups, coupons, and that kind of stuff to kind of keep them up to date of what's happening in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty connected on social media. Have a pretty big following on that. So yeah, Facebook has been a big one. We've got Twitter, Instagram, webpage, all of those things. That we push information out, and like Jackie said, our rewards program is pretty good, and people get free stuff just for signing up, and we'll send you stuff for your birthday and all of that, and yeah, you kind of in the VIP club you get all those special offers and stuff. So try to keep people connected that way too.
It's excellent. When did you guys officially open?
November 14th.
Yeah, November 14th or 15th. It's one of those 2 days.
So around mid-November in 2014?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
So we've been open a little bit less than a year.
So that's an interesting time, and I'm sure you learned a lot from that, but frozen yogurt, ice cream, mid-November, doesn't seem like it would be the most popular time to open.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It went great. I mean, we've had just been very lucky and feel very supported from the community. The first day when we were opening that Saturday, we were both driving down here and talking, and it was less than 20 degrees. I can't remember if it was in the teens or single digits or something. It was very cold, and we're like, great, this is how things are starting out. But it really couldn't have went smoother or better. We've had just a tremendous support.
Okay, so other people that were thinking of opening a type of business, if they were thinking at perfect month to open, November's not so bad?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, no. And we actually talked to some other shop owners that opened at that time, and they encouraged that, it was a great time to open. You kind of got that newness, new business traffic, and then you kind of just went right into summer and warmer months then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
one of the thoughts behind some of that was, well, that'll give us some time to, kind of work the kinks out and make sure everything's running smoothly before we get really crowded. And we didn't have time for that. We were crowded day one. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great problems.
Yeah.
I like this business. I really do. Now, what's the future look like? What are you guys thinking? I mean, it took you 2.5 years to put this all together and open the door, and now it's only been a few months that you've been open. You're excited. You're having some great success. Where do you see this going?
I don't know. We've had some other people in other communities contact us and ask about, are we opening anymore, and we'll see. I don't know. We nothing concrete at this point, but always open to that opportunity potentially. So
yeah, well, it's fun because I'm sitting in my seat thinking as a professor, thinking of all the students that I have in my programs, the excitement that the students have to learn, knowing that you're two great entrepreneurs right here, a resource in this community that we can really tap into.
Sure, and we'd love to be involved in that side of things. We've tried to work with some of the staff that we have now, and some of them are just in school and trying to figure out what they want to do for the rest of their lives, and hopefully we're able to provide them an opportunity to learn some of the skills that they need to be successful in whatever they end up doing. So and maybe spur one of them to open a business of their own. So
why not? I mean, honestly, you guys are both really great inspirations and entrepreneurs, but you're examples of the fact that it doesn't have to even be your full-time
No,
profession.
right.
Right.
And
Right.
that you can do something and help others as well.
Right.
I mean, look at all the people that you're actually employing. I mean, that's really giving them a good quality of life.
Yeah, we hope so, and you know, we've tried to start working with schools and creating a partnership there, and you know, a lot of the kids are excited about Muddy Monkey, and we're hoping that you know, we can use that as an incentive in some way to you know, to get whatever those teachers and administrators need at the school system. If we can use, you know, a ice cream party or something like that as an incentive, you know, we want to be out there being able to do that. So we've started meeting with some of those, and I think have some stuff lined up for next year. So
Good.
Hopefully getting the kids excited either about just being there and their attendance or grades, or you know, different academic achievements that they need to be thinking about. So
Okay. Well, you know, we're gonna run out of time.
okay.
But is there anything that you guys want to share with me that I have not asked about Muddy Monkey?
I don't know. I mean, just that you know, we've got something for everybody. Whether you know, it's ice cream, and it's not just frozen yogurt. I think that's a big misconception that people may have. Although we've gotten people to try the frozen yogurt flavor that they really wanted to try, and they're like, "Oh, you can't even tell it's frozen yogurt. It tastes just like ice cream." And we really do. We've got a great product, and we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that was, and we can make up what we call mud mixers, but it's a flurry. I mean, basically, you can make it with whatever flavors and toppings you want. We'll mix it up for you, and you can eat it that way. So it's got a little something for everybody.
That's just so different. You're bringing your name in with the mud. So you
Right.
got the mud mixture.
Right.
I like it.
It took us a little while to figure out what the name for that one was going to be as well. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's great the way you're bringing it all together. So thanks. You guys are wonderful.
yeah. Well, thank you
Thanks.
for having us.
So this concludes another episode of In Your Business. Today we've learned from two entrepreneurs. They opened their own business. They started it from scratch. I mean, it's not a franchise. It's not a chain. They paid attention. They had to do everything from the location, hiring the people, bringing in their products, do the research. They even made sure they got the best products. I mean, you heard Elijah talk about the peanut butter and talk about, you know, the importance of that product. That is what I enjoy in this community, is when we actually get to know the entrepreneur. You know, it's not about the shop, it's about the people. And the people make a difference, and we can make a difference. So I want to encourage you to go to Muddy Monkey, get to know this young couple, get to know them as entrepreneurs, and let them inspire you to do something entrepreneurial as well. Bring your groups, get together, and enjoy an entrepreneurship. Thank you again for watching In Your Business.